Hey, good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you about supply chains and about how truckers fit into it and how this all works. There's a lot of people that watch my videos that are not truck drivers. They really don't have an idea how everything works. So I thought I'd give you a heads up on that. By the way, today is Sunday, November the 14th of 2021. I am currently sitting here at a Walmart distribution center in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And I'm having a really good time out here. So the things I'd like to talk to you today is about how the distribution center works. We have a steady stream of trucks. About half of this distribution center is refrigerated goods, which is frozen goods and meat and produce, and about half of it is dry goods, which is your cereals and your canned goods and stuff like that that don't require refrigeration. For the most part, Crete does the refrigerated loads out of here. Occasionally we'll get a dry good load, but the Walmart truck drivers, there are a few drivers that actually drive for Walmart, and typically they do the dry goods, and they are drop and hook. Ours is all live deliveries, and I have been as far north as Montana, up in, I think it's called Great Falls, Montana, all the way south to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I've been through Copper Mountain and Vail, Colorado, and Rifle, and I've been all the way over to almost to Las Vegas, Nevada, just here in this, running loads out of this Walmart distribution center. But anyway, we pull the Walmart trailers, and we are contracted employees of Walmart. Whenever we show up, they are real quick to unload us and get us on our way. So the way this all works, though, there's a steady stream of trucks that come in from all over, everywhere, from all, some of them overseas, some of them from South America, just all over America, and they bring produce, and they bring frozen foods and meats from the meat packing houses, and they bring it to this distribution center. So once it all gets inside of the distribution center, then they put a little bit in each truck that goes out to the store. So a little bit here and a little bit there, a couple of cases here, a couple of cases there, and everybody gets, all of the stores are pretty much the same that are fed out of this distribution center. There's distribution centers like this all over the country, but that's generally how it works. When you hear about supply chains and whatever, getting those trucks of frozen foods and meats and whatever to here, it depends on where it comes from. If it comes from here in the States, there's General Foods and General Mills and Armour and Tyson Foods, and there's everybody you can dream of that are producing food that go to these distribution centers. They're a 24-hour-a-day process, and but there's places like that produce food, and then they bring it to here, and then we distribute it. So the one thing that could really, I know you hear about the supply chain and about all the ships sitting out off the coast that are bringing in goods from other parts of the world, not necessarily China, but most of it is from China. The United States has allowed China to take over our manufacturing, and we're paying the price for it now. It'll get worse before it gets better. But anyway, truck drivers are everything that you get in your truck, in your stores, whether it be a grocery store or a Five and Dime or your Walmarts or Targets or whatever. It all comes to you by truck. So if this idiot that we've got in Washington wants to start screwing with truck drivers and telling us we got to have vaccines and whatever, I'm afraid there's going to be some really hard times coming for America. The one thing that could shut it all down, whether the truck drivers have anything to do with it or not, is the truck drivers that deliver fuel. If they don't deliver diesel fuel, guys like me are out of business. If the fuel companies decide that they've had enough and they're not going to make fuel anymore, it's all over. It is all over. So I want you to understand how important a truck driver is to your everyday livelihood. But the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is here in Cheyenne, as far as running loads for Walmart out of Cheyenne, I have had absolutely nothing but a good time out here. The scenery is beautiful. This part of the country is just gorgeous. You'll go for just miles and miles where you won't see a tree. It's all grassland. Yesterday I passed by Buffalo Ranch, and there must have been 1,000 buffalo out there grazing in the grass. And, oh man, it just about brought tears to my eyes to realize that there used to be tens of thousands of those. No fences, no roads, no nothing. They were just wild and grew everywhere, and we almost hunted them to extinction. But anyway, I've seen antelope, pronghorn antelope, mule deer, white-tailed deer, elk, you name it. Those little man, what do they call it? They're not groundhogs. They're something puppies. Anyway, the little cute little things that you see schools of those every once in a while that are cute little things. But prairie dogs, that's what it is, a prairie dog. You'll see a whole herd of them, and they all, I really like prairie dogs. I don't know why, there's something about them that's real intriguing to me. But anyway, this part of the country is beautiful. The people here at the distribution center are absolutely top-notch. They have done their job of keeping me busy, keeping me rolling and making money. I had my first week out here running loads for Walmart where I grossed over $3,000 in 1 week. Most of the weeks, all of the weeks, let's put it that way, I have grossed over $2,000. So I'm making good money out here. I'm well on my way to making over $100,000 this year, and I'm doing real well. But anyway, I am I am really concerned about our country. I am extremely concerned about our country and the way it's headed, and the idiots that are running it right now. They're doing everything they can to cause inflation, to disrupt the supply chains. That's the other part of the supply chains. Whenever they're having trouble filling the positions here in the distribution center of people that actually unload the trucks and then load the trucks. Unload the ones coming in and load the ones going out. They're having a tough time. They've got a semi-truck sitting out by the interstate out there with a big sign on the side of it that says they're paying something like $23.50 an hour to be a stock mover. They pay even more if you'll work on nights and weekends. So they're having a tough time finding people to move stuff. When we get to the stores, the Walmart stores, they're also having trouble getting enough people to unload the trucks and then stock the shelves with the produce or the products that we bring them. So I'm sure Walmart is not alone. There's others. They were having trouble getting truck drivers in here, and they up and keep upping the pay, and that's where they snagged me, because I'm all about the money, and right now I'm making great money. I'm having a good time. I love the country. I love the miles. The people are super friendly. I've been to places that I'd only heard about before, like Vail, Colorado, and Copper Mountain, and Rifle, Colorado, and a new one I found a little in the middle of nowhere is a place called Steamboat Springs, Colorado. It's a ski village as well, and quaint little town, and super friendly people, and man, that was a pleasant surprise. But anyway, that's the way it is, and we got to do something quickly to solve the supply chain issues, or it's going to affect all of us. But I promise you, the one guys that if they have enough of it and they decide they want to shut it down is the guys that haul fuel, whether it's diesel fuel or gasoline. If those guys decide that they've had enough and they're going to shut it down, the country is going down, and there's nothing you can do about it. Fuel will run out quickly that are at the gas stations. People will run and fill up their cars, and it'll just suck dry the tanks at the gas stations, and instantly we'll be without fuel. Trucks like me won't be able to bring you food or supplies or anything. There will be no Christmas. There will be no anything if trucks don't roll. So anyway, I hope you have a good time. Stock up, get some food that you can store for at least a couple of months. Get yourself a couple of months worth of food where you could absolutely survive off of a couple of months. Bear in mind that you're going to need a way to cook it, and plan for all that too. Those prepper guys, I'm one of them. I've been prepping for 20 years, so I'm prepared no matter what happens. If I can make it home, I can survive. So I would suggest that you do the same, because there may be some hard times coming if this idiot keeps it up. So anyway, have a great day. If you're a driver and you drive for Crete, or whether you drive for somebody else, you want to make some real money, come to work for Crete and tell them you want to come to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and run Walmart loads, and I promise you'll probably make over $100,000 a year if you're one of those guys that just wants to work, and I'm one of them. So it's great money. It's easy. Traffic ain't bad over here on the West Coast, and it's a good thing. I would highly suggest that you do it. So have a good one. I'll see you next time.